In ancient Egypt, death was not the end. It was the beginning of a journey through shadowy caverns, fiery rivers, judgment halls, and monstrous guardians. This place was the Duat, the underworld, the afterlife, the great test. And every soul, pharaoh or farmer, had to face it. But what horrors waited in the dark? And who returned, if any? Welcome to the Duat, the mysterious, terrifying, and awe-inspiring Egyptian underworld. Far from being just a shadowy pit of punishment, the Duat was a vast and complex realm where the soul journeyed after death. Part dreamscape, part nightmare, part moral test. It was a place of trials and transformation. A map of the Duat could look like a serpent, a scroll, a star chart, or your worst fears drawn in hieroglyphs. The Egyptians believed the soul had to pass through this realm, guided by spells, protected by amulets, and armed with knowledge from the Book of the Dead. Fail and be devoured by monsters. Succeed and become one with the gods. In today's video, we follow the path of the dead, through the 12 hours of night, across flame, water, sand, and judgment. This is the Duat. The soul, or Ba, begins its journey at dusk. After the body is buried, rituals are performed to awaken it. But death is not gentle, it's disorienting. The Duat is no simple river to cross. It is a labyrinth, 12 regions, each an hour of the night, each with its own rules, guardians, and traps. The soul must pass through flaming gates, answer riddles, avoid betrayal, and confront divine monsters. Without knowledge, without purity, without courage, you're lost. And worst of all, at the very end stands the Hall of Judgment, where your heart will be weighed against a feather. If it is heavy with sin, you will be eaten by a creature called Amit, and your soul will be erased forever. Hour 1 to 2. The descent begins. The soul is ferried across the dark waters of the Nile, beneath the setting sun. Stars flicker above. Gates rise before the boat, each guarded by beings with lion heads, crocodile jaws, or serpents for limbs. The soul must speak the correct words to enter. These are not passwords, they are declarations of purity. I have not lied, I have not stolen, I have not slain unjustly. Speak falsely and the gates will not open. Hour 3 to 5, the realms of fire and darkness. Here the Duat becomes hostile. Rivers of flame twist through black sand. Beings called the Dwellers in Fire reach out with burning hands. The soul must pass without fear. Fear empowers the demons. At times the path disappears altogether. You float, weightless, through a realm where nothing has form. This is the void of forgetting, where lost souls drift forever. Hour 6, the midnight hour. Ra's arrival. At the center of the Duat, the bark of Ra enters from the mortal world. His body, weary and aged, rides through the underworld every night to be reborn at dawn. The soul may see Ra or join him. Those deemed worthy can ride alongside the sun god, protected by the gods Set and Thoth, battling the great serpent of chaos, Apophis. If Apophis wins, the sun will not rise. The Duat would become permanent. Hour 7 to 9, the enemies of the gods. In these hours, the soul witnesses ancient battles, divine executions, serpent gods devoured by flame, traitorous spirits torn apart. These aren't just stories, they are symbolic trials. The soul must choose sides, declare loyalty to Maat, truth and balance, or be aligned with chaos. Hour 10 to 11. The passage of memory. The soul is shown its life again, its deeds, words, secrets. In a chamber of mirrors, it sees its true self. This is not judgment yet, but preparation. Spirits who denied guilt begin to panic here. They see who they really were, and they know what comes next. Hour 12. The Hall of Maat. The soul stands before Osiris, the god of the dead, flanked by Anubis, who guides the dead, and Thoth, who records the truth. Your heart is placed on a scale, weighed against the feather of Maat, symbol of truth and harmony. If the scales balance, your soul passes on to the field of reeds, a heavenly version of Egypt where you may live forever, farming, feasting, reuniting with loved ones. If your heart is heavier, tainted by lies, cruelty, or greed, Amit, the soul devourer, waits. She has the head of a crocodile, the body of a lion, and the hindquarters of a hippopotamus. She is not a torturer. She is oblivion. There is no second chance. The Duat was more than a myth. It was a moral system, a cosmic journey, and a map of the soul's path after death. To the ancient Egyptians, the way you lived mattered, because it shaped how you died and what came after. They believed in spells and gods, but also in truth, justice, and the weight of the heart. The Duat was terrifying, yes, but also hopeful. It offered a chance for eternal peace, if you earned it. If this journey through the Duat fascinated you, leave a like and subscribe for more ancient myths, visual storytelling, and historical deep dives. Tell us in the comments, would you survive the Duat, or would your heart tip the scales? Up next, should we explore the Book of the Dead, or the gods of judgment themselves? Let us know.